Hey guys, gals, and pals, I want to make a new little kind of series, video playlist of some sort of just kind of documenting the start of my mental health journey. So, uh, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I went to my first doctor's appointment, um, which was a super amazing thing because I found a doctor that I really, really like. Uh, and then we kind of talked. She did some screenings of some stuff, did some blood work and everything. And yesterday, I had my second appointment for my mood checkup of everything. And I met with an integrated behavioral therapist. That's a really hard word for me to say, and I apologize. But I met with them. I'm sorry, not a therapist, a counselor. She's a counselor at this particular location. An integrated behavioral counselor, and I did some more screenings, and I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So I am coping. I am doing okay. It's not a dirty word. It's, as the counselor said, it's a chronic illness that I should see it as. And for the most part, they really applauded me for a lot of the stuff that I've been trying to do at home with not knowing what was wrong with me, but trying to just maintain a lifestyle where I was like, oh yeah, I do try to eat good. I try to go outside and have a good little routine. I try to get sun, vitamin D, um, and then just in general, when I know that I am feeling a certain type of way, I do try to stay away from people or whatnot. When I'm having my manic high episodes, I tend to be a little bit more responsible within being super manically high too, where I am a lot different from myself, where I'm more outgoing, I'm more extroverted, more talkative and stuff, which is definitely not like me, but it's not a bad version of me. And so I tend to try to be like, I'm being super great, let me be on top of the world then. And I try to do everything. But then from there, it's too much for me, and sometimes it's just overstimulating, and then I tend to crash. And so I'll be at my super. From there, I'll get down to my super manic lows, which those are really hard, and I don't know how to control those at all. And I definitely do get stuck in those. And I just tend to get super irritated, irritable, just very ugly, aggressive, and mean, and super down and depressed, and just very difficult to be around, where I just lay in bed all day and sleep, and I just can't even, and I just can't even do anything. And I have my dogs, obviously. You can hear one of them, he won't stop. It's because Lucy, the little one, is taking the ball and he wants to play with it, even though it's her ball. It's her ball. You have 3 more. I digress. Here he is. He's a sweet boy. He's just a big baby. So that is about the gist of kind of where I'm starting at. Yesterday I did get my first medication. Aripiprazole. Starts with the A. A lot of R's, a lot of I's in there. But I got that. I started it. Fun fact. It'll either give you a lot of energy when taking it, so you can either take it first thing in the morning, or it makes you kind of tired. You can take it first thing at night. Yesterday, I took it at 2:30 in the afternoon when I first picked it up. Whew, 2 hours into it, I was so tired, I could not stay awake. Literally had to go and take about an hour nap because I was just I'm so exhausted. I was sitting there and I was dozing and my eyes just kept closing. So we'll be taking that. I will be taking that. You're back, thank you. I will be taking that in the evening time, so that way it can kind of help with my little girly pop nighttime routine. Everybody should have one, definitely agree. Saw somebody talk about that one time on TikTok, and I was like, oh yeah, definitely. Mine consists, and that was something that was super important too from the counselor, that like sleep, lack of being able to sleep is a big indicator about that kind of stuff. Not to say that if you can't sleep, like you have bipolar, but maybe look into it. If you feel irritable, if you feel like you have a lot of mood swings, if you feel like a lot of highs and lows and such, maybe look into it. Definitely worth it. But that was my really big indicator when I told her that, and she was like, "Oh yeah, okay." But I like to, even though I sometimes can't stay asleep, I do try to make sure that I can fall asleep. So I like to take 2 5-time milligram melatonin pills. The little melatonin spray that is from Dr. Teal's, whatever, and it's lavender scented, super great, love it to death. It smells so good. And you can spray it like on your bed, you can spray it like in the air, you can spray it kind of like on your clothes a little bit. I like to do all of that because I just like to like smell it. I also turn on my light to a red light because a red light helps indicate, or it helps like mimic a sunset, which is helps the body produce more melatonin, whatever the word is. I don't know if I've been saying it right, but whatever, y'all know what I'm talking about, the sleeping aid stuff. It helps your body to produce it naturally. And then what else? I don't really cut screen time too much. Like, I have to entertain myself with you guys. Precious. So of course I'm gonna be on the phone a little bit, but then once that pill starts kicking in and I start like falling asleep, oh, turn you off, go to sleep, and it's easy. I love him to death, love him, but he gets so jealous whenever she has the ball, and it's very difficult sometimes. She doesn't bark at him. She's a sweet girl. She doesn't get jealous. She likes to share. She was here first. This is little brother right here, surprisingly. Even though he's like 4 times the size of her, but the age difference makes a heck of a lot difference. I mean, he's just a big old baby. But anyway, I'm not anybody to give advice on this matter whatsoever. I'm only here to share my story. I just thought it would be kind of maybe okay to, like, a helpful thing to share it, because I'm at the very beginning stages of it. I'm just now starting to get diagnosed, just now starting to get with a like counselor and gonna meet with a therapist and everything, and kind of go through it all and try to figure out what is going on and what's wrong, like specifics. Because I have to figure out what kind of bipolar disorder I have, like with my depression and everything. Like, is it like kind of seasonal version of it, or is it like bipolar with depression? And then they also need a specific, like, they also need to specify, is it stemmed from something, which we don't think so, or is it just a chemical imbalance, which kind of leans more towards that, just from like my answers for the screening and then other stuff too, because like I don't really have like a set thing that I could think of where it comes from. That I'm not really sure, but then again, that's why I'm gonna have to go with a therapist and talk with them about that stuff. So I'll deep dive into that within the next couple of weeks or so. I have to go every week to the doctor so they can check up on me with the medication and everything and make sure that it's a good balance. But again, I'm nobody to give advice. Just feel free to watch. If you have questions, ask me. I want to be a little bit more open and show that it is not bad to be bipolar, and to show that when you've hit rock bottom, which I have right now and I'm at, we can climb back up. It's gonna happen. We're going to be a good contributing person to society again. And we're going to be happy. That's the biggest thing. So, ask me questions. I will be posting my little journey, but love you guys.